What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Avenged Sevenfold. Yes, indeed. Avenged Sevenfold fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before going any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity-bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Revan, and Revan wanted to see me react to this. It is Avenged Sevenfold with a tune called Coming Home. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by EB Music Man 16 HD. All one word, I am not even kidding, no spaces. And the video has 5.2 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Avenged Sevenfold, Coming Home, Lyrics HD. Yeah, lyrics. Are they actually embedded into the video, or are they down in the comments section? Are they down in the information? I don't know. Guess we'll have to just wait and see and find out, I guess. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I've been away, searching for a reason, another purpose to find. I've sailed the seas, fought my many demons, I've looked to gods in the skies. I've stood in hell, where many had to suffer, I stared the devil in the eye. Walk many roads to witness ancient idols and found the great gates of fire.
Serious shades of Iron Maiden. Serious shades of Iron Maiden. Let's just go back to the beginning. All right, you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's just take it back. And I'm not even kidding. Now, here's the thing. Instead of a guitar playing the riff, instead of a guitar, imagine that's a bass. Just imagine it's a bass. And imagine instead of Shadows singing the song, imagine it's Bruce Dickinson. Okay? I kid you not, it's gonna sound just like an Iron Maiden song. Imagine that's bass.
I've been away, searching for a reason, another purpose to find.
Get it!
I've sailed the seas, fought my many demons. I've looked to gods in the skies. I've stood in
Here comes the kick.
where many had to suffer. I stared the devil in the eyes. Walked many roads to witness ancient idols and found the great gates of fire.
Oh my God.
And many storms.
You add those harmonizing guitars. Once the intro's over, they get into the main riff of the song, and here comes the dual harmonizing guitar line. Yeah, guys, this has Iron Maiden written all over it. It really does. Now, is that a bad thing? No, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I like Iron Maiden, so I like what Iron Maiden does with their songs. So I have no problem with this whatsoever. I'm just saying that anybody that tries to say that this so far, what we've heard up to this point, anybody who says that this is not modeled after an Iron Maiden style of songwriting, they're insane. They're absolutely insane. It's undeniable. Good Lord. How many songs from Iron Maiden have started just like this? So many. So many. Like I said, nothing wrong with it. I'm liking what I'm hearing. And so I got no issues with this whatsoever. Let's keep going here.
Question my conviction. Gave armies reason to rise.
Subdivision word. Dad. You gonna do it again? Yep. Okay, I believe we have a guitar solo here. So, I'm going to say this, and I really hope Avenged Sevenfold fans don't take offense to what I'm about to say. Because, believe me when I say this, this is high praise. This is high praise coming from me, okay? So I really hope Avenged Sevenfold fans hear what I have to say and don't lose your minds, okay? Out of all of the songs that I've recently heard from Avenged Sevenfold on their recent albums, I gotta say, this is one of the strongest songs I've heard from them. This song is absolutely radio ready. I know it's long. I know it's over 6 minutes long, and that's usually death when it comes to radio play. I get that. There's got to be some places we can trim the fat, probably in the guitar solos. We could probably trim those down to get it down to like 4.5 minutes, okay? But this song, the chordal progression, the melodic line usage, the harmonizing, the main riff, the subdivision work, it's all very pleasing to the ear. With some tweaking, with some trimming, this would be absolutely radio ready like that. I mean, it just, the only thing it needs is some trimming. That's it. And I can tell you exactly where you could trim the guitar solos. I know that's going to absolutely be a nightmare for Avenged Sevenfold fans, because one of the defining things about Avenged Sevenfold is the guitar soloing, especially when they're harmonizing together. But man, this song deserves to be played on the radio. It's got so much commercial appeal. I can see this song being utilized in movies, television. I don't know about commercials. I think it might be a little too heavy for commercials. Then again, I might be wrong, but television and movies, yes. Video games, oh, absolutely. Dear Lord. One of those survival games, like, oh gosh, what's that game? I forgot the name of it. It's a 4-on-1 survival. I think it's Until Dawn, I think is what it's called. Or maybe that's not it. I can see the cover of the game in my head. There's a whole bunch of characters that you can purchase and download, like Pinhead from Hellraiser. That's the main reason I got attracted to the game, was you could actually play as Pinhead. There's Pinhead, there's Freddy Krueger, there's the guy from Scream. There's a whole bunch of things. It's 4 against 1. It's right there in my eyes. I can see the cover. But a game like that, I could see this totally being utilized in some sort of, horror survival game. I could see this being utilized in maybe even in Call of Duty. Zombies. I could see this playing, absolutely. So it's got a ton of commercial appeal, a ton. So I hope it was, and I hope it does get utilized, because it absolutely deserves it. Some of the strongest songwriting and playing that I've heard from them in a while. So I'm digging the song. I absolutely am. Let's keep going here. See if I'm right about the guitar solo. Subdivision. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. I do it again here, I think. guitar solo out. Please don't pull a linear fade. Please don't do a linear fade. The song's too strong. It doesn't need it. Solid ending. Come on. Go back to the beginning. No. No! God dang it! Every single time! Every single time I seem to find a song that I'm just absolutely enjoying and I'm just rocking out to, and I absolutely love it. God, it just seems freaking linear fades, man. God! Laziness! Just absolute freaking laziness! What, you can't think of a strong ending? I can think of three, at least three different endings that we could do right there. That would be a strong ending, definitive ending. It would sound so much better from a power standpoint. It would end so much stronger than taking a slider and just sliding it down. Linear fade. Because we can't think of anything else. And you've got to be kidding me. Ugh! God, we were doing so good. We were doing so well. And that's what it is, folks. Look, I really hate to burst everybody's bubble, but that is the honest to God truth. That is just pure laziness. Now, I don't know whose part that's on. It could be on the producers. It could be on the engineer. Hell, it could even be on the band. I doubt it. I don't think the band is that lazy. There's just no excuse. There's no excuse for a song that is as strong as this song is. As relatable as the song is, as pleasing to the ear as it is, as powerful as it is, the strong groove, the main riff, the power in the main riff, there is just absolutely no excuse for having a linear fade. There is just no reason for it. That's going to affect the score. Oh yeah, absolutely. That is going to affect the score in a negative way. Good Lord Almighty. Let me get my thoughts together. Let me see how much that linear fade is going to hurt, because I had a score in mind. I had a score in mind. I knew the end was coming, and I already started thinking about a score, and a score popped right into my head within the first 5 seconds of me thinking about it. I had a score in my head, literally ready to go. And then that linear fade happened. I have to completely rethink it now. It's going to go down. It's not going to be as high as it was. No. It's definitely going to go down. Let me get my thoughts together. Oh boy. I'll figure it out. I will. I'll come up with a score, and I'll tell you all what it is and we will talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Avenged Sevenfold with Coming Home. This was a request from Revan. Oh boy. All right, I am going to try to keep this short. I am, but folks, I'm just going to warn you right now. I am going to go on a rant. I am, because this is the second month in a row where I've had a song that I have really enjoyed, and I saw so much potential, and they just tanked it again. I promise I'm going to talk all about it. I really am. I'm just warning you right now. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when I end up going on the rant. Now, and for how long that rant is going to last. Now, that I don't know. I have no idea. But I guarantee you a rant is coming. Absolutely. So just brace yourselves, okay? I'm just putting you all on notice, giving you all fair warning. The rant is coming, all right? And it ain't going to be pretty. No, sir. No, sir. It's going to be ugly. All right. Let's start with the score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that song a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good. Well, I mean, I do feel good about giving that score, considering everything that we experienced. It could have been higher. Oh, yeah. It could have been a far different number, but we'll talk about that, I promise. But 7.3, that's where this score needs to be. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, a 7.3. What does that mean? Well, a 7.3 would translate to a really good skill rating, because overall, yeah, I think it's even with the ending that we ended up with, I still think it's a really good song. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and a B as in boy, B letter grade. Yeah, a B. So there you go, a 7.3, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Ha ha! So glad you asked. Man, this song had so many things going for it. It really did. I was really enjoying this song. The whole intro just absolutely fit this song like a glove, and it did exactly what an intro should do. It should set the mood and tone for the song. It should set expectation for the song. It should guide you, carry you along up to the starting point of when the song actually kicks in, and when the song kicks in, it should leave off right where the song is going to kick in. The song's going to, fully engage, and it should leave you right there to be taken off on the journey and on the ride that the main song is. The intro did exactly all of those things. I liked the rhythmic patterns that they came up with on the guitar work. The vocal work coming in right where it did. The drums coming in right where they did with just the kick and the hi-hat. I thought that was very tasteful. When the song fully did kick in, we were off and running. The signature dual harmonizing guitars of Avenged Sevenfold coming in and leading the charge. I love that 3/8 subdivision work. We're coasting along in a straight time feel, right? Snare on 2 and 4, coasting along, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we hit those 3/8. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and and then we come out of it. 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 8 notes over the course of 2 measures. Love that subdivision work. It's one of the catchiest things that you will hear in hard rock and metal, at least in my opinion. I think that's just really nicely done and a great way to transition from phrase to phrase. The chorus, it's the hook. Without question, the chorus is the hook. Very, very catchy. I love on the 3rd and 4th measure how I hope the bass player is still Johnny Christ. I hope it still is. Moving up on the neck, going up and doing his little run But just as fast as he went up and did the run, what happened? He went right back down again to do what? Reestablish the bottom end. Exactly what a bass player should do. Love everything about that. Very tastefully done. The song has all the makings of a commercial hit. I know it's over 6 minutes long. We could very easily trim the fat on that, and I know Avenged Sevenfold fans are really not going to be happy about how the fat would be trimmed. It would be trimmed, honestly, they would cut the guitar solos by about, hate to say this, at least 80%. Probably more, probably closer to 90. You would have a grand total of maybe, we might be able to get by with 16, but honestly, I think 8 measures of guitar soloing would be all you would get in a radio edit of this song. There was a lot of guitar soloing that could be cut. And I know right now, Avenged Sevenfold fans are going, no, you can't cut that. That's what makes Avenged Sevenfold Avenged Sevenfold. I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely do. I would hate to see the guitar solos cut. But we're talking about radio here. If you want to get on the radio, your song cannot be 6 minutes long. I'm sorry. It can't. Unless the song is just undeniably huge hit, you know? Like a song like The Unforgiven from Metallica, one of the biggest hits Metallica ever wrote. You know, that song will get radio play. But even then, if I'm not mistaken, even it has trims. I think it does. Not a whole lot, but there's some trimming of the fat on that song, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So I'm with you as Avenged Sevenfold fans. I absolutely am, and I would hate to see the guitar solos get touched. But for the sake of radio play and radio exposure, sometimes you have to make sacrifices, and I can see exactly how the sacrifices will be made is with edits and cuts within the guitar solo. I loved everything about this song. It had that Iron Maiden feel to it, pretty much the entire song. Now, I will say the chorus didn't sound like Iron Maiden. The chorus was definitely Avenged Sevenfold style. But the main riff, the verses, oh yeah, they were totally paying homage to Iron Maiden. You can't help it, folks. You see it. If you know anything about Iron Maiden, you would see it. No, I absolutely dug the song. I had the song at a much higher score up until about the 35-second mark, and I started to hear it. I knew we were wrapping up at about the minute mark. I knew we were starting to wrap the song up, and I started thinking about a score, and I kid you not, within 5 seconds, the score just screeched into my head. Like, you know, a car coming at you, you know, at 50 miles an hour, and it pulls the emergency brake in, you know, screeches out. You know, it absolutely did. I was like, yep, that score makes perfect sense. And I'm not going to tell you what the score was, but I will say this. We were up in the 8s. We absolutely were up in the 8s. So I'm not going to say we're in the 8s. Might have been 8.1, might have been 8.0. Could have been 8.6, could have been 8.8, could have been 8.7, could have been 8.5. You know, I don't know. It could have been any of those. I know what score it was. I'm just not going to say. I'm going to let your imaginations wander. You know, it was up in the 8s. No problem. I'm not going to say exactly where. And then the ending happened. And this is where I'm going to go on my rant. So, folks, brace yourselves. There is absolutely no reason for a song as strong as this song was, as driven as this song was by a main riff, with a great intro, a strong chorus we could have gone back to, a strong intro, a strong beginning we could have gone back to. There is absolutely no excuse for pulling a linear fade. There just isn't. You use linear fades when you are faced with two choices, or you're faced with two situations. There are times where artists will write a song and they will, as I like to say, paint themselves into a corner with their riffing. And, you know, they're just coasting along on this one riff, this one section that they end up repeating over and over and over again, and there's no way out. You walk into this path, you're repeating the same, let's say 8 measures. Okay, you're repeating the same 8 measures. And you've painted yourself into a corner because there's no way to get back to the main riff. Or maybe the main riff is those 8 measures and you're just riffing and riffing and riffing and riffing, and you just don't see any way to end the song that makes sense. Okay? So you're stuck. At that point, a linear fade as an emergency exit, yeah, it'll work. It'll do the job. It'll end the song, sure. You know, linear fade, taper out. You know, no holding or sustaining of a chord, just playing the riff over and over and over again, playing the same thing indefinitely. You know, the song could go on forever. And at that point, yeah, linear fade as an emergency escape route, sure, why not? You know, if necessary. The only other time a linear fade really is appropriate is when you're having a song like, you know, some soft jazz. You know, you have the song, you know, coming out, and, you know, you're wrapping up the song, and, you know, Kenny G is soloing over it. You know, he's got his soprano sax, and he's just going to town. And again, it could go on indefinitely, you know, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to have the song go on for 12 minutes. So, you know, at the 4.5 minute mark, you start to, you know, taper it out with a linear fade. You know, songs like that, or songs on, like, you know, some easy listening, you know, radio station. You know the radio stations I'm talking about. You know, oh God, you're going to make me do it, aren't you? Fine, I'll do it. Here comes the microphone. I got to get intimate here. Yeah, I'm going to use the same riff as I used before. I'm going to use the same joke. So, for those of you who are Rocky Horror Picture fans, you're going to know what I'm talking about. This next song goes out to Janet. Janet, this is from Brad, and Brad says that he sees a light over at the Frankenstein place, and he wants to take you there and do the time warp. So Janet, this is going out to you. You know, those type of radio stations. You know the radio stations I'm talking about, right? Okay. So, you know, you have a song like that would be played on a radio station like that. You know, a linear fade, yeah, sure, that's going to work, because there's no way you're going to have a strong ending on a song that is like that. There's no way. So, you know, that would be an appropriate time for a linear fade. Yeah, sure, no problem. A song like this, as strong as the riff is, as strong as the intro was, as strong as the chorus is, as strong as the entire song was in sections, you know, every section was strong. There are so many ways that we could end this song powerfully, strongly, emphatically, where you're going to have a very defined ending that would be much more impactful to the listeners. And instead, you guys are going to take the lazy route and pull a linear fade. And guys, I'm sorry if I'm hurting feelings right now, but that is the honest to God truth. It is only because of pure laziness that you would take a song as strong as this and put a linear fade on it. Don't tell me you can't think of a strong ending. I could think of at least 3 different endings that would be definite endings, strong endings, emphatic endings. Really put the exclamation point at the end of the sentence. You want them? I'll give them to you. So we are playing along with that riff, and we come back to the main chord of the main riff. We just hit it. Boom! And we let that chord sustain and let it naturally decay. Okay, that's fine. I could accept that. That'll work. How about this? How about we go back to the intro? Maybe do the intro in reverse. You know, play the main riff of the intro and start to pull voicings out. Pull out the guitar chords, pull out the vocals, pull out the drums until we just have that, and pull out the bass until we just have that main riff, the guitar riff that we had at the beginning, and have it end on a tet. Just let it end on that last note. There you go. That's a strong ending. That's a definitive ending. There is no question that the song's over, and that's where it ends. You know what I mean? You want another one? I'll give you another one. How about we do a subdivision like we did the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1. Repeat it. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. And then for the very last hit, just the final note. Boom! The main riff root note. Pow! Just hit it. No fade. Just let it reverb. Just the reverb on it. Let it fade out on its own. The reverb will take care of that job. Just end emphatically on the downbeat of 1. Or we could end on the and of 4. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Without going back to 1. That sudden, abrupt ending. So I just gave you 4 off the top of my head. 4 ways that we could end this song definitely, emphatically, powerfully. And instead, you guys, you professionals, you engineers and producers are going to take the lazy way, and that's all it is laziness. You're going to take the lazy way out. You're going to take the easy way out, and you're going to pull the old linear fade. Well, I'm sorry, but I do not find it acceptable to take a song as strong as this song is and slap a linear fade onto it just because you don't feel like utilizing those last 4 brain cells that you have in your head after all the booze and all the coke and everything else that you've done with your lives. So sorry, you only have 4 brain cells left, and you're gonna do that. You're gonna wreck a song as strong and as powerful as that with a linear fade. I do not find that acceptable. I'm sorry. Looking at this song objectively, I don't find that acceptable. Forget personal oh God, personal feelings. I'd be tearing those people to pieces right now. But objectively, looking at the song, the linear fade, like I said, it works. It's lazy. It's not very creative, but that's the best that they could come up with, I guess. Despite the fact that sitting here after listening to the song only once, I come up with not just 3, I came up with a bonus one. 4 different ways they could have ended this song in a much more powerful way. To me, that is just absolutely inexcusable. It's pitiful. It is piss poor pitiful. Which is why I dropped the score from somewhere in the 8s. Could have been 8.2, could have been 8.9, could have been 8.1, could have been 8.5, and we come all the way down to a 7.3. Now, granted, it could have been worse. Oh yeah, I thought about it. I personally wanted to drop this down into the 6s after that ending, but looking at the song objectively, I couldn't, despite my own personal feelings, boy, I really wanted to put it in the 6s. Couldn't do it. 7.3, that's the lowest I could go, honestly, with justification. So 7.3, that's where we ended up. Could have been so much better. Really could have been. Anyway, 7.3, that's the score I feel this song deserves, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.3, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B as in boy, B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me. But if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.